Welcome back to another episode of How I Got the Shot. Today's shoot is going to feature a model based in Miami, Florida named Joanna. If you look at her IG, you can see she has a lot of experience in the modeling industry, which is exactly why she was a great fit for the photo walk. This is our first time working together, so this was a bit of an experiment, but I was very confident in her ability to be able to pull off the looks and go along with the vibes of the photo walk. Now, if you've never heard of the DioBurto Photo Walk, I'll put a link in the description so you can read more. But essentially, it is a photo walk that also has the structure of a natural light workshop. It features 2 professional models, 6 looks, and 3 locations. Throughout the entire photo walk, I'm helping photographers with camera settings. I give them guidance on composition, helping the models pose, and then also keeping everybody on track as far as timing. My main goal is to present a structured opportunity for the photographers to be able to elevate their portfolios, network with other photographers, meet models they maybe never seen before, and receive real-time feedback. If a photographer has never been on a campaign before, it's a great introduction to how that part of the industry works. Moving forward to gear, I primarily shot with a Canon R5. I paired that with a 24-70, 2.8, and then at some point I switched over to the 70-200, 2.8 as well. I chose the 24-70 because it's my most flexible lens. It gives me the ability to get wide shots when I want to get dramatic things that really show the environment. And then also it lets me be able to zoom in enough to where I can get a nice portrait for someone. When people think of locations like the one featured, you don't think of Florida. And that's actually a real big thing in my portfolio. I hate when someone can see my work and determine that I'm from Florida. I really enjoy that moment when someone looks and go, okay, so where are you based? I'm like, great, that means I'm doing something right with my life. You should not be able to look at my portfolio and be able to lock me down to any particular place. The location we shot at for the photo walk is called the Miramar Pineland Park. Now, the reason I chose this location is one, because of the mood board. The mood board had a lot of desert shots in it. I was kind of aiming towards give me that western feel. But I know in Florida, we don't really have a desert. We have a lot of swamps, we have beaches, and that's what we're pretty much known for. I know I had to do like intense research to actually find an area that gave us this vibe. One of the ways that I find locations, especially if I haven't been somewhere before, is using IG to see what other places photographers have shot at. But then also I just go on Google Maps, use the street view, and just go through the various parks until I see something I like. When I found this one, it was close enough so I could actually go visit it. I saw it in person with my assistant. We walked through the park and kind of found some areas that we thought would work, because when you're doing a photo walk, you need enough space for everybody to shoot and enough locations that there's like actual diversity in the shots that we're getting. So this location was perfect. So let's go into look 1. Look 1 is a red dress. The model decided to actually pair it with a flower in her hair, and it kind of gives you like Rihanna Señorita vibes, if that makes any sense. And then I knew it will actually work really well with the green background. I told the photographers to make sure that, when they get to post, that they actually desaturate the greens just a little bit, so it doesn't give you like full-on Christmas vibes, and actually like play with your colors as far as the background to kind of give it something that looks a little more barren, and it doesn't make you think Santa Claus is coming. Also, after showing the mood board to Joanna, I kind of knew to let her go and do her own thing. I gave her guidance here and there as far as like what we're going for and where I needed her to be placed so the composition would make sense. But she's an experienced model, so I knew that she could like really embody what the look was and what the overall vibe was given in the mood board. For this photo walk, the models provided the wardrobe. Since then, I've actually been working with some designers to take that off their hands, but I'm glad that she actually brought the wardrobe that she brought. This denim on denim look was absolutely perfect. It looked exactly like what I had in the mood board. I mean, obviously because it's her clothes, she already knew it would be flattering. The denim on denim itself was a great fit, and then she paired it with the boots, and then I provided the chair. The chair was there as a prop. It wasn't necessary, but it was like an extra thing that just gave her something to interact with, made the shot a little more interesting, and then also gave her some relief so everything wasn't standing. I didn't really want her to actually be in the grass, so the chair was a perfect fit. Being that the chair was thrifted, it's a bit weathered, and that was a good thing. I wanted to have its own character, and there's a story behind the chair if you want to think really deep into what you're seeing. But the other thing too is I wanted her to be able to use it without having to worry about if she's messing it up. So I really pushed this idea with the chair to the point where there was a shot that we got that I had her tip herself backwards. Now I didn't want her to fall, but I wanted her to just kind of get the legs of the chair, or two of the legs of the chair up in the air. I wanted her to lose her balance, and I wanted to kind of see like how she would respond in that moment. I mean, I didn't really know what to expect, but I'm happy with what she did with it. Now, I meant to mention lighting earlier, but in the first look, most of her shots, she was backlit. And for this one, the light was kind of coming from the side. So it was kind of like split lighting, but then also kind of Rembrandt and then also backlit, depending on where we placed her or where I moved in relation to her. We used a 6-foot reflector to fill in the shadows and to reflect light back into her face. I wanted to make sure that regardless of how she was positioned, that the lighting was pretty even. For the third look, the lighting was completely different. At this point, the sun had already went behind the trees, so we were pretty much getting just even soft light for everything. Her prop this time was a Canon A1 film camera. I gave her that so she can kind of really walk into this role of being an explorer in the middle of the desert. You know, she looks like she's someone that's in the middle of Nevada or in Arizona, and she's making her way through and really enjoying the scenery, taking photos of places she's never been to, really trying to embrace the location and where she is and create memories that will last forever. It sounds like a Walmart car. These images will last forever. But no, it's a real thing. Like, so I wanted to give her that so she could really tap into it. And she took that and ran with it. Not literally, like she didn't take my camera. Actually, she did. It was on accident, but she didn't put it in my camera bag when she was done with it. She ended up putting it in someone else's camera bag unknowingly. So that person almost left with the camera. That was a whole thing towards the end of the photo walk. I didn't think anyone stole it, but I knew it had just been misplaced, so we were able to figure it out kind of quick. Okay, back to the images themselves. So gear-wise, I shot with a 24-70 primarily. This is also when I switched to the 70-200 for a few shots. Unlike all the other areas, I didn't take a ton of shots. We were at the end of the photo walk, and I was kind of trying to get my mind around the idea of, you know, getting everybody else organized, getting them out of there on time so we could stay on point with our schedule. So I would have rather had direct sunlight, but I knew at that point in the day it was kind of overcast. The sun had already fell behind the trees, but also it was overcast. So we weren't gonna get that direct hard light that I would have wanted for this look, but it still worked itself out. She did some walking shots to kind of fit the theme more and to give her some movement. She has a really strong walk, so it really came off great on camera. Everyone else that was shooting was in love, so like it was just a great moment for everybody. After the project was over, I took all the images through Capture One for my basic adjustments and organizing. Then I sent my proofs over to the models, waited for them to give me their selects back. Then I took everything over to Photoshop for the final polishing. That's where I did, you know, my full retouching and added my color grades on top. If you guys want to actually see that, let me know in the comments below, and I'll make sure I make another video like giving the details of my editing and retouching process. Yeah, so thank you for being here. Thank you for watching this whole video. If you guys have any questions, concerns, leave it in the comment section below. And like I always say, I know we're creating for our friends, our family, our clients, our network, everybody else on earth, but make sure you're making time to create for yourself. All right, see you next one. Peace.